Hi folks, welcome to today's process video. Right, with today's comic I'm going to talk about something slightly different rather than focusing specifically on the color process of the comic. I want to talk more about falling into bad habits with your work. And I bring that up because I feel today's comic is a prime example of that. I had talked before with these badly drawn dolphin comics that I wanted to change up the color scheme and just not have everything be very shades of blue, like the background, dolphin themselves, etc. And I had kind of changed things up a bit with the more recent badly drawn dolphin comics, but with this one, as you can see, I just kind of went back to square one and everything is blue. Um, Okay, barring the color of like dolphins' flesh and all that, but for the most part, dolphin, the background, the sky, sea, etc., all blue. And I'm saying etc. a lot. I'm going to stop doing that. But yeah, it brings up an interesting thing, which is I feel there's kind of like a thin line, a very thin line between style and habit, and not just habit but bad habits. And in this case, I consider this to be a bad habit. The fact that I just go with these same colors for the majority of these comics. And yeah, sure, you can say that, oh, it's a dolphin, it's in the sea, and there's a sky in the background, whatever. So all of those tend to be blue, but tend to be doesn't necessarily equate always, you know, like those things aren't set in stone. Like things can look different depending on the lighting conditions and what way the sun is in the sky. Is it sunrise, sunset? Is it the middle of the day? And I know it probably sounds silly to be kind of worrying about this stuff with such what is at the end of the day a basic gag strip, but I like to think with my comics that even if it's a basic gag strip, I'm at least doing something that stands out, and you know I'm not just putting in out of the tube colors. Out of the tube colors, as in, you think like sky blue, clouds white, sun yellow, like very literal minded colors. Like it's very, it's a good habit to break away from that because, and I've mentioned this before, but like when you look at nature, nature doesn't use out of the tube colors. They are there, but it's constantly varied and changing. And again, it probably sounds like, you're probably look at me going like, why is he going like stressing out about this with like a comic called Badly Drawn Dolphin? But yeah, welcome to my mind. This is the way it works, I mean, I may sound like I'm too critical, too self-critical of my work, but I would rather be too critical than not critical at all, and yeah, so I think with the next few badly drawn dolphin comics, I really need to shake things up in terms of the color and just make things more interesting because if I get bored with my work, I worry that that will show through in the work itself. and that will come across to the reader. They may not be consciously aware of it, but they may pick up on it subconsciously and not like it as a result. And again, I've mentioned, like, I keep talking about how I've mentioned things before, but again, I've mentioned this before, and I've talked about how when you work on comics, the main person you should be doing the comic for is yourself. Um, because, like, if you don't like the stuff you do, how do you expect other people to like your work? And that's where I'm coming from when I worry about this, when I worry about being very repetitive with my color choices. So I'm going to try and keep that in mind for the next time I do one of these comics, and hopefully do something that's a bit more interesting looking. So look, I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you at the next video. Take care.